Greetings, Oitlins. Today's lesson in English. I got some alerts telling to me that my diction must be improving. So, therefore, here it is, good diction. Now, in the background, we are hearing Beatfield Louie. I'm sure you all know about him. Today's lesson is about metaphors. Not just any old metaphors, but the ones that the Idiot Dictionary, the Slacker Dictionary, presents as if they were not metaphors. So, let me get a metaphor as a comparison that's spoken as if it were literally happening. A simile is a comparison that declares itself to be a comparison by saying, he's like a lion. A metaphor is where it pretends to be really happening and you say, he's a lion. Now the fellow, he may be brave, aggressive, and a show-off, but he's not a lion. It's a comparison. He's being compared to a lion. It's not that he is a lion. He's like a lion. So that's what a metaphor is. It's a comparison that it doesn't tell you that it's a comparison. So we'll start with the one. It's called temper. Temper is a state of metal. Metal gets heated up and treated in some kind of way, so that when it's smashed, it doesn't get shattered into bits. That's called a temper. When you heat it up again and smash it, this time it loses its temper and it falls to bits when it gets smashed. So a person doesn't have a temper because a person is not made of metal. A person is being compared to metal, that when it loses its temper, it falls to bits when it's smashed. Whereas a metal that has a temper, that keeps its temper, is compared to a person who keeps his composure. Now, further idiocy is to declare if a person loses his temper, that means he has a temper. He has a temper, which is exactly the opposite of what a temper started out to be. Because the folks saying that didn't know that it was a metaphor and they didn't know about metal. We can infer. I wasn't there. Were you? Another one is ass. An ass is a donkey, a jackass. Some folks, they ride. Diction, yes. They ride on their ass. They sit on it. So it's not the butt. An ass is not the butt. It's compared. The butt is compared to an ass because you sit on the donkey, you sit on the butt. Therefore, the butt is compared to an ass, to a donkey. But an ass is not the butt. It's compared to. It's a metaphor. Oh, nitpicking. What's a nit? A nit is a tiny little insect, maybe about the size of a flea, maybe smaller. Monkeys pick nits off of one another. So nitpicking is a comparison. It's a metaphor. If someone focuses on tiny little aspects of an argument or of a situation, that's called nitpicking because it's being compared to monkeys when they're picking the nits off of one another. Ta-da! Nitpicking does not mean picking at things people say or do or what they wear. That's not what nitpicking means. Nitpicking means taking an insect off of somebody's skin. It's a metaphor. Okay? Troll. A troll is a spirit a malevolent spirit. So there might be some truth in calling someone who maliciously, we're going to have to put an end to bit 1 and come back and do this in 2 bits because my computer won't handle the long video scopes. It won't convert them. I need to upgrade the equipment, which is one reason you would be doing a good deed if you were to use the donation feature, which you'll see in the description if you're seeing this on YouTube, or if it's on a blog, it'll be below the screen. Also, it'll help me get some teeth, which you can see I need, and to get my teeth cleaned professionally, 6 syllables. So, Friends of the Gerund is brought to you under the sponsorship as a subsidiary of the True University. And we'll talk to you in bit 2, because you really want to see what some of these other metaphors are, no doubt. Ta-ta.